This is Kajol Jadhav and I am here to explain daily current affairs for UPSC Civil Services exam. What are the consequences of India's falling sex ratio? Why is the natural sex ratio always less than 1? What are the reasons for declining sex ratio? How did this sex selection practice come about? How did government react to the sex selection practice? What's next? This can be the most probable question for 2018 exam. One can say it under GS Paper 1, Salient Features of Indian Society. In this video, you can find detailed answers for all the above questions. The above article has been retrieved from thehindu.com, dated March 6th, 2018. What we are providing here is just a 10% sample out of the full-length video. Visit our website iasvideos.com to join the course and to unlock all videos. We offer this pen drive course cash on delivery on Amazon.in too. Amazon will deliver our course to your doorstep. What is the context about? A recent report from the NITI Aayog said sex ratio at birth nationwide had dropped from 906 in 2012 and 14 to 900 in 2013 to 15. The SRB is the number of girls born for every 1,000 boys. While the NITI Aayog report used data up to 2013 to 15, newer data from India's sample registration system show the SRB fell even further in 2014 to 16, from 900 to 898. In natural circumstances, the SRB hovers around 952 girls for every 1,000 boys. Why is the natural sex ratio always less than 1? The number of girls born is naturally lower than the number of boys, and demographers speculate that this may be nature's way of offsetting the higher risk that men have of dying. Male babies are biologically weaker than females, and men have historically seen higher mortality rates owing to risk-taking behavior and participation in wars. This evens out the sex ratio of the population as it grows older. But India is a special case. Its SRB is far lower than 952 because of the preference for a male child. What are the reasons for declining sex ratio? There are multiple factors behind the trend of declining sex ratio. Sex selection and medical technology is misused in India for detecting the sex of unborn child, and ultimately for the sex selection, female fetuses thus identified and aborted. Women work is always socially devalued with limited autonomy in decision making. Patriarchy always maintains a strong hold on the gender inequality. At the same time, many difficulties and loopholes in the provisions of the Act lead to unsatisfactory results like lack of resources to carry out inspection and monitoring. How did this sex selection practice come about? Till the 1970s, female infanticide was the preferred way of killing the girl child, notes a review in the journal Genetics in Medicine. But in the 70s, sex selection technologies like amniocentesis came about, in which doctors can test the amniotic fluid around a developing fetus for genetic abnormalities. But people soon realized this method could be used to determine the child's sex and to abort it if female. Families who were killing baby girls till then made the shift to abortions. A thriving market for sex selection sprung up with doctors openly advertising their services. How did government react to the sex selection practice? In 1994, the government took notice and introduced the Prenatal Diagnostics Techniques Act, which punishes healthcare professionals for telling expectant parents the sex of a child with imprisonment and hefty fines. In 2003, when technologies that allowed gender selection even before conception became available, the Act was amended to become the Prenatal Conception and Prenatal Determination Act, PC-PNDT. By any token, this Act has been a failure. What's next? India must implement the PC-PNDT more stringently, but must also dedicate more resources to fighting the preference for boys. Last week, the Drugs Technical Advisory Board decided that ultrasound machines should be included in the Drugs and Cosmetics Act so that their import is regulated.